So my room is going to be looking very different from now on because I've sort of rearranged my whole room. I've placed my bed somewhere else, placed my whole computer somewhere else, and I'm filming from somewhere else. So it's going to be really different, so don't get shocked if you see like my background different and think that I've, you know, moved houses or anything. It's not that. So today I'm going to be doing a hair tutorial. This hair tutorial is going to be how I normally curl my hair really quickly for work. It might not be as quick on camera though, just because, you know, I've got to explain things to you guys, but it normally usually only takes me about 5 minutes to curl my hair in the mornings, typically no more than that. So it is not very neat when I do it though, but that's because it's just, you know, an everyday sort of hair curling tutorial. It's not, you know, a going out to party looking perfect kind of hair tutorial. It's sort of, I just don't want my hair to be straight, and that's why I'm curling my hair. Yeah. Anyway, so let's get on with the tutorial. The curling iron I'm going to be using is this one right here, and I love this one. It's absolutely my favorite curling iron in the world. You know, I've tried lots and lots of other curling irons, and this has been my very favorite. I've used it for the longest time now, and it's by, I think it's by Babyliss, Babyliss, whatever, and it's a ceramic hair curling iron. It just looks like this. I really don't know much of like the measurements or anything else. I think it would be like a one inch, between 1 inch and a 1.5 inch, if there's any such thing in between. But I think in Australian measurements, I think it's called a 32mm. I'm not sure. I seriously purchased this a really long time ago, probably about 2 years, and it's still like in perfect condition. So absolutely love this. So what you do is there is like a temperature here, so temperature reading. So it goes from, I think, 0 to let me just see, 25. I usually put it between 19 to 25 depending on how curly I want my hair to be. I adjust it from there. So today I'm just going to make it super curly, just say if I'm really in a hurry and I want my hair to look a little bit more bouncy. The red one here means that it's not heating up, and then if I press that, it just goes, it just flashes, which means it's preparing to heat up. And once it just stays on green, it means it's ready. So I like it also because it's got this little thing where I can just leave it on my floor and it won't sort of burn my floor. And this is a clamping, or, you know, has a clamp curling iron. So it's just a traditional one. So I'm just going to pop that on the floor. And what I'm going to be doing is I'm just going to be brushing out my hair. This is just a paddle brush. I love paddle brushes. So let me just take off my jacket so it's not in the way. Okay, this is just a paddle brush. And I'm just going to take down my clip. Okay. And what I'm going to do is I'm just going to spray my hair with some heat protectant. And like I said in my last hair curling tutorial, I do use Chesame's heat protectant, and this is the Heat Tamer Protective Spray. You can buy it anywhere like Priceline or you know, any drugstore or pharmacy. So I'm just going to be spraying large sections of my hair. What I pretty much do is I take like a big chunk and I just spray it, mainly focusing on the ends because I'm really only curling more of the ends. So if you guys have curly hair, you might want to blow dry it straight first, or maybe even just straighten it first. This way it might work better with your hair, but for me, you know, I've naturally got really straight hair, so it doesn't matter. Now I'm just going to brush it out so that it sort of it distributes nice and evenly in the hair. I'm just going to be sort of sectioning my hair. I really don't do much, like it's pretty much just right in the middle, and I just put it into 2 sections. Now this is the section where my hair has a fringe, so obviously this side would have more hair and this side is going to have less hair. If you have a fringe like me on the side, I usually just part it towards that side, so which is why I've got more hair on this side and less hair on this side. I section my hair this way vertically rather than horizontally because I find that it gives you more of a natural curl, especially when I don't want the top to be too curly. So one of the best tips I have actually for curling your hair is not to curl before your curling iron heats up. That way you're putting a lot less heat on your hair, which makes it not curl, and then you're going to have to go over it over and over again because it's not curling for you, and then it's just going to take forever to curl your hair, and it's going to cause more damage to your hair than if you put on more heat all in one go. So what I do is I just take a big chunk of my hair. I guess it's about a quarter of the section of half of my head. So what I'm going to do is I take it out, it's just from the back, and I open up my curling iron and I just twist. Pretty much just like that. And I like to hold it there for a couple of seconds before I sort of open up the clamp and drag it down. And then I roll again. Hold it there for a couple of seconds, and then I drag it down by lifting up the clamp, and then I roll again, holding it there. You can touch it if you want because your hair is going to be covering the curling iron, so it's not going to be too hot, but please be careful. Okay, and then drag again, curl, and then drag again, the end, and curl. That's pretty much what I do, and then when I go to the end, I like to sort of put my hair more horizontal. That gives me more of a bouncier curl, like that, and then I let it go. So this is the type of curl you should get. It's definitely a really defined curl. I really like this type of curl. I don't know why, but usually if you want for your curls to stay longer, you can sort of just hold it in like that until it sort of cools down. I usually don't do that because, like I said, this is more of an everyday hair tutorial, so I'm kind of always in a hurry, so I just push that one back and go to the next section. And then the next section is just going to be the same amount of hair. That's what I do, and just going to clamp it in again, like that, hold. And if you're really in a hurry, you can like sort of curl your hair around a couple of times and then hold it, rather than just curling it around once and holding it. That way, your curls are going to be a little bit looser, but it's also nice. So that's also something you can do if you're really in a hurry. Okay. The last part, I just drag it up like that. Okay, and then I'll let it go. So basically it's just going to look like that when you chunk them together. And so I'm just going to finish the rest of my hair and then I'll come back. Okay, so this is pretty much the finished look. I think the most important thing about doing an everyday hair tutorial is the fact that you sort of loosen out the curls after you've done them. Like, just run your fingers through them after it's cooled down a little bit, and make sure that none of the curls are sort of sticking into the form that you curled them in. Otherwise it's going to look very unnatural. The bottom is okay, you can sort of leave your tails the way you like, the way it is, or you can just separate them and sort of hairspray them into their own sections to make it more natural. But that's about it. It's really simple. It really takes me only about 5 minutes, depending on how large you do the sections and how many times you sort of curl them around and stop. So yeah, if you guys want me to do any other curling, hair curling tutorials or hair tutorials in general, or maybe even any makeup tutorials, do let me know, because I'm starting to get a little bit more time, and because I've just got this nice setup right now, I can afford to do more tutorials. And yeah, hope you guys enjoyed this tutorial as usual, and visit my blog on www.misschaigyaru.com, and I'll speak to you guys in my next video. Thanks for watching. Bye!